This is the third professional fight of Curtis Parker, and it also gives us a look at the old Philadelphia Spectrum back in 1978. This fight takes place on the undercard of the Matthew Franklin-Richie Cates bout. Here, Parker takes on Kid Samson, who outweighs Parker by 10 pounds. But Samson is a trial horse at this point in his career with a 4-7 record. According to BoxRec, Samson has fought under multiple aliases, sometimes as Ronald Bowe or Russell Sessions. Samson blows up in weight about a year after this fight and loses pretty much every bout he's in. He's the classic survivor that takes most everyone the distance. But the interest here is a look at the early work of Philadelphia's Curtis Parker. If you want to check out a more extended bio piece of Parker, please check out the link in the description box.
I feel an obligation on one thing I started to say about 8 minutes ago or so before he knocked him out on that you and I were discussing on this business of the being saved by the bell. It was merely just what you had said, the being saved by the bell in terms of the round was over, and if the count didn't go, he couldn't get up and get hit again. But again, just to repeat, in Pennsylvania, there's no bell that's going to come in and stop the count at any time.
Right. Both fighters were up, and then the bell rang. 1977 at the Blue Horizon, where he knocked out Harry Fryer in 3 rounds. And he came back. He's only 18 years old. He is short. He knows he must stay at 160 since his size will hamper him against bigger fighters.
Wasn't the fighter, Pete, that we had mentioned earlier, Wade Hinnant, also about 18 or 19 years old?
Right. I believe he's 20.
20 years old. That's right. He was 19. He had just turned his birthday.
And he put on a tremendous fight here last time. I believe he is fighting at the Blue Horizon in his next bout.
Well, we're witnessing a fight that's almost anticlimactic.
Parker scoring.
And it's certainly not boring.
Good punching fight. Curtis Parker.
Parker scoring well, barreling in.
And then, as we mentioned, Cates goes down in the 5th, and in the 6th he is put away.
You had started that by saying, in case you just tuned in, if anyone just did, my deepest sympathies, you missed one great fight. And we don't have too bad a fight right up here. Parker is fearless. He just comes in throwing those punches.
Like a fire plug. Parker is managed by Willie Reddish.
Now there's a familiar name. A man who's had a wealth of experience and has brought good fighters along. Parker's built along the lines of that football player, Robert Newhouse.
He is, isn't he? Yes.
Yeah, except probably not the same thighs and those mammoth legs that Newhouse has, but that little, as you said, fire plug body.
Good chest. Well, they all have good chests, actually. There aren't too many skinny fighters outside of skinny Jimmy Rothwell, who we might say once again he'll be fighting Augie Panatelis March 14th here at the Spectrum and again on Prism.
I expect another great one with those two. Well, Pete, you blew it again. Pantelis and Rothwell will be in separate bouts, not fighting each other.
That's right. They're in different weight divisions.
Different weight divisions. And where will you be working tomorrow? Rothwell will be fighting.
They're trying to match him up with.
Now that we have that straight.
Round 3.
I don't recall in the first few rounds any instance where I can think of where Samson has come in, thrown a few punches, and I can say, remember that exchange. It hasn't happened yet.
It has been an uneventful fight, but it would be hard to reach that crescendo again. Oh, right hand gets through. Another right by Parker. Samson is hurt.
Parker is one solid little fighter. Samson not throwing any punches of any appreciable strength. not throwing any at all, as a matter of fact.
Now Kid Samson is bleeding from the nose. Earlier, Parker was bleeding from the nose.
Now, one would look at Samson and think, now there's a solid kid. There's a guy who's really going to come in and throw some punches. And contrary to that belief, he hasn't.
He's pretty flat-footed, though. He doesn't move around too well. Not much mobility at all.
A trite saying, perhaps, but that book by its cover. He looks like he's going to do it. It hasn't happened. I guess that's it. Just call them.
Call the Cherry Hill
Call the
Police.
Cherry Hill Police Athletic League. It'll be something worth seeing.
Round 4 of a scheduled 6-rounder. Curtis Parker of Frankfurt in the white trunks and Kid Samson of Germantown is in the black trunks. I like Samson's trunks. They're velour or velvet with white lettering, KS.
Well, they're not going to win this one for the best trunks, I can tell you that.
Rothwell.
I would say that the combined forces of the spectrum, of prism, of Russell Peltz, are doing a fantastic job.
They give you good fights.
Excellent fights. There's nothing dull. It's complete excitement. As in this fight, two good fighters matched well against each other.
But tonight, I think an extraordinary fight, Matt Franklin and Richie Cates. We had...
well, if anyone was dozing, that fight woke them up, and now they can see the movie that's coming later.
We had people on the canvas 4 times.
That's right. By the way, that movie, that's The Eagle Has Landed, which, again, I said it before, but it's worth staying up for. And I don't think anybody regrets that it didn't start as projected because of these fights.
Parker scoring to the body now as Samson's up against the ropes. Just 15 seconds left to go in round 4.
Parker is landing some solid punches.
Good right hand there, real good right. Samson.
The fact that none of those fights went to distance is hardly indicative of the people that were boxing. They were well matched, as we said before, just excellent fights. Parker's got the fight in his hip pocket, and he's still coming in. More points. Samson, who needs a knockout, keeps backpedaling, backing away.
Wild left by Samson, wild left by Parker. I think Parker got hit with the low blow. He appeared hurt.
Oh, they just exchanged 2 good punches.
Good left hands by both fighters there.
Samson has to start swinging this round, and I think he's going to do it.
Parker is mad. I think he got hit with the low blow.
Might have been. Samson knows, though, he can't wait another round. You wait till the last round, you're invariably a loser. Parker is dauntless, fearless, marches right in. I love it. Samson is resignation. Right, let's just do it one more round and go home. Parker is coming out.
Less than a minute to go in round 5. Hit him with the backhand there. Gets a warning from referee Rudy Battles.
Pound for pound, Parker is as solid a fighter as I have seen down here.
Just 20 seconds left to go in the round now.
Parker wants so badly to put him away, so much. He can't get Samson to drop those arms, and he's not going to do it in 2 seconds.
Hit him after the bell.
Only caught him on the arms. Doesn't make it right.
The sixth and final round of this six-round middleweight bout. Curtis Parker in the white trunks and Kid Samson in the dark trunks. This has been all Parker so far.
Pete, they just took Richie Cates to the hospital. As soon as they got him back to the dressing room, for those of you who saw the fight, and I'm sure that's almost every one of you, he just kept passing out. As soon as they revive him, he passed out again, and they'll give us advice of further developments. I sure hope he's all right.
Against the ropes. Just about halfway through this final round. Parker would like a knockout.
Oh, Parker is a man who's wondering, why haven't I knocked him out yet? He knows the fight is won. He just wants to put a finishing touch on it, and he can't do that.
Samson can take a punch. He hasn't gone down yet.
I agree with what you said before, in effect. I think Samson's going to consider an accomplishment that he hasn't been knocked out. He went the 6 rounds, and that's it.
I wonder if he has to go to work tomorrow morning as a security guard at Pearson's.
If he does, he's a tired man. But tomorrow is still not the time to go to the store and do anything silly, right? Even if he's tired.
$45 seconds left in this fight. Just 20 seconds left.
As tired as Samson looks, I think Parker could have gone 4 or 5 more rounds. Just in this desire to knock him down, which he has not been able to do as yet. It's just about over, and it's clearly Parker's fight. Parker, a very angry fighter. It was a good fight, but a very angry man.
He knows he's won.
There's your decision, an unexpected one.
Curtis Parker, no surprise. That had to be unanimous.